Film school will teach you filmmaking, but it will not teach you how to make a film, and there's a big difference between the two. And I just wrapped my first feature film, first time directing, second time producing, and I did it with no agent, no studio, no traditional financial lending basically. I did it all basically indie style, which is by yourself in a lot of ways. And there were no like hidden connections. I didn't have some rich uncle and no nepotism or anything like that. It was really just building it from scratch. And it wasn't easy, but it's definitely replicable. And here's the thing about film school, and I don't have anything against film school, but it just teaches you filmmaking. It teaches you how to make the movie. It teaches you all these things that can definitely help, but it doesn't actually teach you the business of filmmaking. And that is a completely different game. How do you finance it? How do you get actors attached? How do you find a crew? How do you find co-producers? All these things. How do you distribute it? How do you market? All these things are not really things that they go in depth about. And I basically learned this all by trial and error. There was no film school that I went to, not really anyone that I learned it from, except for, Google and trying to find as much information as I can, which is not a lot, because there's not a lot out there, weirdly. There's definitely some gatekeeping, I think, in the industry in general, or people just have no interest in sharing how they did it, but there's not that much information out there. So the way that we did it is kind of different than I would say a lot of writers and directors that write their first feature do it. A lot of times they'll just write, and this is some advice I've heard, write what you want to see and write what you know, and these are all just common pieces of advice. But the reality, that's not always good advice. That's sometimes terrible advice. So we did the opposite. I didn't just write what I know. I actually just figured out what can I actually make. So I based it on, okay, I can get access to these locations and in this place. So for us, that was a lot of Tijuana and Mexico. I knew a lot of people there. I knew a lot of locations through the people we were working with, through my wife. So I thought, okay, here's what I can do and what I can make for this smaller budget. How do I now figure out what story I want to tell there? Then I went second to what we talked about writing what you know. And I'm like, okay, I want to do something in tennis. I did tennis for 20 years. It's my biggest passion outside of filmmaking. And I thought, okay, I want to definitely do something in tennis. So now I already had two things. I knew where I was going to shoot, what I wanted to shoot about. So then now, and who I wanted to shoot. So I had my wife as the lead, who's an amazing actress. So I knew those three things. So I also knew I had to have a story around a late 20s Mexican-American tennis player. So that gave me all the elements that I needed to start. And of course, the other thing that factored in for me, knowing from film sales, is that tennis I knew can sell better than just a traditional drama story. Tennis has a very specific audience. There's a lot of people that are obsessed with tennis, and so I knew it would work. So that was the first important to really know, is start with what you have. Instead of start with what you know, start with what you have. What do you have access to? What can you get made? Start from there. Then number two is the casting. A lot of times it's just casting based on creatively what you want. Sometimes it's casting on auditions, but I think you need to think casting wise. Who can I get here as well? Even if it's a smaller role, it doesn't have to be a main role. I think this is really important. It can be a smaller role. Who can I add here that will get views to my film? Who will help me in the sales department? That doesn't mean cast it all the way like that. That's also bad, because then you make a bad film. But maybe there's a 3-day part, or maybe you write a 3-day part in there that's a small but fun part for someone with a name to play that you can afford. These are things that you have to think about when you're making your film. And number three is knowing the production reality. I think sometimes people glamorize filmmaking, and there is a lot of awesome, fun, cool stuff about it. But a lot of it is also logistics, managing people, and all those types of things. And I think the most important skill for any filmmaker to have really is stamina and problem solving. If you got both of those, you're going to do really well already, because you need a lot of stamina. They're long days. We had 12-hour days, but sometimes we went over. And if you're a filmmaker, it doesn't even end at 12. You start before usually, because you're prepping early, and after you're prepping for the next day. So you're realistically doing 14, 15-hour days. The second part of that, the problem solving, that goes without saying. I mean, you're dealing with issues coming up every day. We lost the location literally, I think 2 hours before we were supposed to be shooting. So that's tough because now you're like, okay, what am I gonna do now? This was the location I had planned. So you need to figure out a solution. And for us, like, we did find up a B location that we ended up moving to. We still lost time, but we did end up shooting the scene we needed to, and we had to adjust. We had to shorten how long we could shoot that. So you have to be able to problem solve in real time and quickly. And then the other thing is when you finish your film, and a lot of filmmakers get this wrong, is you're not done. Even when you get through post, you need to figure out your distribution plan, your marketing plan. Those things are so important to have a successful career. Before you make this film, also ask who's gonna watch this film, not just, people that love drama. That's too general. You don't have $100 million budget to hit everyone that loves drama. So figure out who is this for specifically, that is specific. So I just said specific twice, but that's how important it is. For us, it was tennis, right? So tennis people, tennis audience, that's a pretty specific audience, but it's still big enough that you can do really well with it. So we know that our marketing will be primarily focused on the tennis audience. We'll probably pull in other people too, but that's not going to be our focus. It's going to be all around how do we get tennis people involved? How do we get them liking the film? So to recap, what's really important is what can you film? Not what do you know, not what you want to see on screen first. What can you actually in practicality film and work around that? So that's basically making the script that you can easily make. Do that. Have one actor that people know. Doesn't have to be the biggest name, but have one actor in there, even if it's a small part, that people recognize, that they recognize the name, they recognize the face, something. 3, have a producing partner. You're gonna have to produce on this likely as well, but have a producing partner because during the directing, it's gonna be very tough for you to do both. You can, but it's very difficult. So you need someone that's good at problem solving, you need to be good at problem solving, and then you can make it happen. And then lastly, have a plan when it's done, besides just get it to a distributor or get it to a festival. More than that, what's your detailed marketing plan? What's your release? What's your 30-day release plan when you release the first time? Do you have a theatrical plan? We do, and that's really important for us, like a theatrical plan. How do you do that? If the distributor's not doing it, can you do it yourself? How? Then what's your 90-day plan with TVOD? So when it gets on Amazon, if you're going to put it 90 days there, which I think is worth doing longer, how can you get people renting it? All these questions you need to have answers to before you start. So please follow along to what we're doing. I just made this film, Wildcard. We're deep in post right now, but I want you guys to, follow so I can share kind of what we're doing marketing wise, what we're going to be doing distribution wise, so that I can really show you guys kind of what I'm talking about, like that I'm doing it myself. These are not just things that like some teacher at film school is just telling you to do. These are things that I'm doing specifically for this film. So I want to keep sharing that. So let me know in the comments what else you want me to share from kind of behind the scenes and what we're doing with this film.